All right, I have a, reasonable facsimile here in my CAD program as far as what 7-2 should looks like. So here we were saying this is the front view. We can rotate it around so you can kind of see the top view. Now notice in our drawing we don't have the full top view, so it's cut off, and we have what's referred to as a partial top view because this is all that we're seeing. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. So let's go ahead and go back. There's the front view again, and let's rotate around to what we would see in the right side view. Now, here you can plainly see the right side view. Notice we do have the inclined surface here. So we have our spot faces on the back there for the bolts to hold this on, and of course we know that this is a rounded surface based on what we've seen in the side view or in the front view as well. So let's kind of come back over here now. As we take a look, this would be the isometric view, so you can kind of see this here. And we want to get and have an idea of what this looks like and what true size and true shape of this is. Let's go back to that right side view again. So notice our hole here is a ellipse, even though we know it looks like it's an ellipse in this view, even though we know that a drilled hole has to be a circle. It can't be an ellipse. So let's kind of come back over here as we move around. Now notice we're going to kind of manipulate through here. We can also tell because of the inside shape. So we've got some inside bores of this part that are bigger than their outside surfaces. So we've got some pockets or some hollowed out cavities on the inside of this here. So in this dimension we're seeing that's larger. So if we kind of go back in and kind of come up here, we'll see that. So we got the parts that are representing for the hole here as well. So let's kind of take a look through here and get all these in as we manipulate this around just so we can kind of see. Now notice there from the front view that is indeed an open area from that as well. Now we can't see that because of the part, but that's where the cutout and section view looks. Now I'm going to kind of change a few things up here with the appearance in this in CAD just so you can kind of see it. So we'll change this from a shaded to what we call shaded with hidden edges. So now you can kind of see the hidden lines that are behind each of these as well. So and let's kind of manipulate this a little bit more so that you can kind of see all these hidden lines that indicate the internal surfaces of this part. So see how they kind of show and represent themselves here as we go through. So we got to kind of have a better understanding here in the between the section views that we're seeing and the auxiliary views as well. Let's do one more thing here. Let's go with what we call a wireframe first. So the wireframe will show you all lines that are part of it. So and you can kind of see that showing there. So we can take a look as far as other visible and hidden edges here. So let's go back to the front so you can kind of see here how this shows itself as we go from front to side to top view, looking at this from several different angles and several different lines of sight. So now, how does that play into what we're seeing? So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to create a drawing of this just so you can see how this might get done. So let's go ahead and create the drawing. Now notice I'm going to make this a size C drawing for right now. And remember, size C drawing is 17 by 22 inches. So we're following the ASME standard here. So notice if I click on standards, I can either choose the ASME standard or the ISO standard. So we're going to stick with the ASME standard right now. Let's go ahead and click OK so this brings it out. And we're going to bring this first front view in and a 1:1. Now we're going to make this 1:1 size. So there's our front view. Let me kind of bring this over and position it there. Remember, this is a 17 by 22 drawing that we're creating here. So now I'm going to project up my top view. So here's my top view. Here is my side view, and here is my isometric view, just so you guys can get a better idea. So, and let's go ahead and keep this particular view as a shaded so that you can kind of see the outside as though the part would actually look like this. Now, here you have and can see everything from the front, side, and top view. Let's kind of change this view to represent just what we're seeing. So we only want, in this case, we just want it to be the object lines. So we're going to have that looking just like that. And then we also know, all right, so we were given, I'm going to kind of move this back a little bit, and let's spread this out. Now remember, this is a 17 by 22 size drawing. So I need to come up, and we're going to use this edge to create our auxiliary view. And we're going to project off of this inclined plane. Now remember, this is inclined. We know that this is inclined, and that shows as an edge view over here. So let's go ahead and do an auxiliary view here with this. So we'll select this edge, and now let's go ahead and place this. Now notice, no matter where I place, I'm very limited here, where I'm not going to kind of run into each other. I'm going to place this right here for right now. We'll go ahead and click OK. Now let me see if I can move this down a little bit. And even with that, so we're still running some interference with the amount. Now, at a 17 by 22 size drawing, I did have enough room to kind of get this in here to where you could see it. And here, this is showing us now our true size and true shape of that particular feature. So, and we can see that. We also have the actual hole size and dimensions that we could be putting onto that as we kind of go through. So this is one of those areas here that we're looking at. And that's a 17 by 22 size drawing. Let's just for a second, let's go back and let's assume that we were going to make this drawing. We wanted to make this from a smaller size drawing. So in this case, a B size drawing, 11 by 17. So we could come in here, and now we place that again. So this is going to come in. We're going to make this 1:1 again, scale and that way. Notice as it puts in, let's project up. So notice how much bigger we are with this. So I don't need my isometric on this one. So let's go ahead and clip that out. But let's go with the auxiliary. So we need the auxiliary view. We're going to project off of this edge. Now notice how much interference there is between these. We can't kind of follow the rules and have enough room. So if you think about it, this is one of the reasons here why, well, let's place this view and click OK. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. So now this is one of the reasons why they have chosen to cut out this view, so that you don't have this interference between these two. So that's why we kind of say, all right, well, we're going to cut away part of this, and we'll have a cutaway part of that too, and we'll get that to give us a truer representation as they kind of show this. So just wanted to kind of give you some information, show you and use some of the solid modeling tools here that we have at the college to kind of give you some more visualization techniques to help you understand what's going on and how we are defining these views, and the purpose here of an auxiliary view in line with the section views that we went over last week.